Hi, this is Samantha, and this is number 5 on my opinion of Take It or Leave It. On this one, I'm going to be doing teen pregnancy. This was suggested by my daughter, who is a teenager. She's 17. And this is a tough one because there's so many teenagers out there who are getting pregnant and having not doing safe sex. And like I said, this is a tough one because I live in a small town and there's so many teenagers right now that are getting pregnant and having children. And some of them are not finishing school, dropping out because they have to take care of their child. They have parents not supporting them and end up having to live on their own and even getting on welfare because they can't support their children. Unfortunately, some of them end up aborting the child, which is very sad. There have been some situations where they've ended up having to adopt out their child, which in some cases I guess would be a good thing because they didn't abort the child and they're giving the child a chance with a family to have a chance to grow up and be able to have a life and become someone. And I know that part, adopting a child out, could probably be very hard for that teenager. There are situations like that. I myself would not be able to do that, and that would be very hard. I couldn't possibly be able to comprehend what would be going on in that teenager's mind, and I wouldn't be able to say that I understand how they feel because I just wouldn't be able to say that. As in losing a child, I could say that because I've lost children. But anyways, I'd be getting off subject. Teenage pregnancy is very hard because they get pressured, or maybe their boyfriends, or maybe they want a child of their own because they're having some feeling they have something lost or something that they want. Maybe they themselves have had no love in their life, no parents to support them in their own homes, or haven't been loved, and they want a child of their own so they can feel that love and have that emptiness that they feel inside to be filled. And unfortunately, that can be a sad thing because they're teenagers and they should be able to feel loved by their parents and be able to have support from their parents in their lives. And that could be a possibility of why they want a child and why teenagers get pregnant. There's so many possibilities of why teenagers get pregnant. There's a peer pressure of having sexual relations with the opposite sex. Teenagers will pressure their girlfriends to have sex because it's so much nowadays of teenagers having sex at such a young age. Even in our area, we've had so many students, even in our middle schools, having sex. And there was one situation where even us, I believe it was either 6th or 7th graders, don't quote me on this, but I believe that was told that one even got pregnant. And that's pretty sad when they're that young and they get pregnant because of the peer pressure and the non-safe sex. And to me, that's just, somewhere along the lines, those parents weren't there to support their children and be there for them and talk about, sex and sit down and have the talk with them. They do have sex education classes in school, and they teach them, but you need that parent there too for support. And that's one of the things I guess I'm glad for with my daughter. She's 17 now, and she'll be 18 this year. That I'm very proud of her, that she's going to be 18 and going to be graduating from high school next year, and hasn't gone that far. But anyways, I'm getting off track with my daughter. Anyways, we've had the talks, and I support my daughter, and she hasn't gotten pregnant, thank God. But I teach her about safe sex, and not about getting pregnant, because it can take away your life. You have all these plans for the future, and you want to be able to go to college and get a good job, and that's something you should do first before you even think about having children. You want to be able to support them. You want to be able to have a great job and a home to take care of your child, to be able to give things to them that you yourself may never have had, and to be able to say yes, you wanted that child when you were deciding to make that decision, because there could be a situation that I could say, for example, a mother who had her child, and for that child's whole life, even into becoming an adult, the mother kept blaming the child for her life being ruined because she had her at such a young age. She had her to say at 16, and for the rest of her life she blamed the oldest daughter. That was her fault, that her life was ruined because she didn't go to college, and she didn't go to school, didn't get her high school diploma until later in life, and I believe it was after she had all of her 4 kids and they had become teenagers that she finally was able to go back and get her GED. But the point was that she kept blaming this child, and it wasn't the child's fault. So if you ever have children later on in the future, don't blame your children for your mistakes or your situations of deciding to have sex. I mean, if you can do it, become celibate. Celibate means don't have sex. Wait until you get married. Save yourself for that one person that you feel you want to spend the rest of your life with. And my daughter has a quote from her grandmother that, and I'm not sure I have it correct, but if you want to be with someone for the rest of your life, and especially to save yourself for them, if you feel that you want to please them and be with them for the rest of your life, and all you do feel in your heart is that you want to do anything for them, then that's true love. That's something you want to do. You're not thinking of yourself, you're thinking of them. And that's something that you'd want to save yourself for marriage. And it's a special time for someone. Not just having random sex and of a one-night stand behind the bleachers after a football game, So, again, even if you want to have sex, do safe sex. Either that or don't have sex at all. And then maybe you make sure you won't have that child. And if you do, please don't get an abortion. That child means a lot. So, this is Samantha on my show, or my video called Take It or Leave It, and blessed be. Thank you.